Welcome everyone. Today we will discover the hidden colors of love in No One Knew I Was Gay, a tale of secrets, courage, and embracing your true self. Once upon a time, in the quaint town of Willowbrook, lived a young girl named Emma. On the surface, she seemed like any other teenager, bright, outgoing, and full of life. But underneath her cheerful facade, she harbored a secret that she dared not reveal to anyone. No one knew that Emma was gay. Willowbrook was a close-knit community where everyone knew each other's business. The town thrived on tradition and held conservative views, making it challenging for Emma to come to terms with her true self. She feared rejection and judgment from her friends and family, so she buried her feelings deep within her heart. It was a scorching summer afternoon, and Emma found solace in the shade of a massive oak tree in the local park. The rustling leaves and the gentle breeze offered her a moment of tranquility amid the chaos of her inner turmoil. Her mind wandered back to the moment she had discovered her feelings for her best friend, Lily. Lily was everything Emma aspired to be: confident, beautiful, and fiercely independent. They had been inseparable since childhood, and their bond had deepened over the years. Emma cherished the time they spent together, but lately, those feelings had taken an unexpected turn. She longed for more than just friendship. Emma's heart raced as she recalled the way Lily's laughter filled the air during their last sleepover. The way she touched Emma's hand when they shared a blanket on a chilly night made her heart skip a beat. Yet, Emma couldn't summon the courage to confront her emotions or to speak her truth. As the days passed, Emma's inner struggle intensified. She became withdrawn, and her grades at school started to suffer. Her parents noticed the change in their once vibrant daughter and grew concerned. Emma's mother, Kate, decided to have a heart-to-heart talk with her. One evening, after dinner, Kate sat down with Emma in the living room. The flickering light of the fireplace cast a soft glow on their faces, but Emma's eyes remained downcast. "Sweetheart, I've noticed that something has been bothering you lately," Kate began gently. "Is there something you'd like to talk about?" Emma's heart pounded in her chest, and for a moment, she considered confessing everything to her mother. But the fear of rejection held her back, and instead, she replied with a forced smile, "Oh, it's nothing, Mom. Just some school stress, I guess." Kate studied her daughter's face, sensing that there was more to the story. She wanted Emma to know that she could always confide in her, but she also knew that sometimes, teenagers needed space to figure things out on their own. "All right, darling," Kate said, giving Emma a reassuring hug. "I'm here if you ever want to talk about anything, okay?" Emma nodded, grateful for her mother's understanding. She wanted to tell her everything, but she couldn't muster the courage just yet. As the summer drew to a close, Emma's inner struggle intensified. She watched her friends pairing up with their crushes, while she remained on the sidelines, pretending to be uninterested. She yearned for acceptance, for someone to understand and embrace her for who she truly was. Yet, the fear of judgment from her conservative town held her captive in the shadows. The arrival of a new student in Willowbrook High School set the town abuzz. His name was Alex, and he was unlike anyone the small town had ever seen. With a carefree spirit and a keen interest in the arts, Alex was unapologetically himself. He wore colorful clothes, adorned with pins and patches, and his smile lit up every room he entered. Emma couldn't help but be drawn to Alex's magnetic personality. He seemed so comfortable in his own skin, something she had always longed for. As fate would have it, they found themselves sitting next to each other in their art class on the first day of school. "Hi, I'm Alex," he said with a warm smile, extending his hand toward Emma. She hesitated for a moment before taking his hand. "Emma," she replied softly, feeling a hint of nervousness. Throughout the class, Alex chatted animatedly with Emma, making her feel at ease. He talked about his life in the city, where he had lived before moving to Willowbrook, and the vibrant LGBTQ+ community he had been a part of there. Emma listened intently, fascinated by Alex's openness. She admired the way he embraced his identity, unburdened by the fear of judgment. The more she got to know him, the more she felt a growing connection, something she had never experienced before. As the weeks passed, Emma and Alex became close friends. She found herself looking forward to their art class, where they would share their dreams and aspirations without any pretense. Alex encouraged her to embrace her creativity and authenticity, inspiring her to explore her feelings without fear. One afternoon, as they sat under the same oak tree where Emma had once sought solace, she mustered the courage to confide in Alex. The sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting dappled patterns on the ground as Emma hesitated before speaking her truth. "Alex, I think I might be gay," she whispered, her voice filled with vulnerability. He turned to her, his eyes filled with compassion. "Emma, that's amazing. Embracing who you are is the first step to happiness." Tears welled up in Emma's eyes as she poured her heart out to her newfound confidant. She spoke of her fear of judgment, of the pressure to conform to the town's traditional values, and her struggle to reconcile her feelings with her environment. Alex listened attentively, understanding the weight of Emma's burden. He reassured her that she wasn't alone and that there were communities beyond Willowbrook where she would be accepted and celebrated for who she was. He shared stories of his own journey, the challenges he faced, and the love and support he found among his friends in the city. With Alex's support, Emma's confidence began to grow. She realized that her happiness should not be defined by the opinions of others, and that she deserved to live her life authentically. Slowly but surely, she started to let her true self shine through. As Emma's friendship with Alex blossomed, rumors began to spread throughout the school. People whispered about their close bond, and some even questioned whether there was more to their friendship than met the eye. Emma couldn't help but worry about how these rumors might affect her reputation in the town, and she feared the potential consequences. One day, as she was walking home from school, a group of her former friends confronted her. Their expressions were filled with judgment and disdain. "We heard about you and that new guy," one of them sneered. "Are you too, you know?" Emma's heart pounded in her chest as she braced herself for the repercussions of her truth. She took a deep breath, looking them in the eye, and replied firmly, "Yes, I'm gay, and Alex is my friend. If you have a problem with that, then that's on you, not me." As she walked away, tears streaming down her cheeks, Emma felt a newfound sense of strength. The weight of her secret had been lifted, and she no longer needed to hide who she was. Though the road ahead was uncertain, she knew she had taken the first step towards finding her true self and living a life free of pretense. As the news of Emma's truth spread throughout Willowbrook High School, the town found itself divided. There were those who embraced Emma's courage and supported her journey, and there were others who clung to their conservative beliefs, unable to accept someone who didn't fit into their narrow definition of normalcy. Emma faced both acceptance and hostility in the days that followed. Some students approached her with admiration and respect, sharing their own struggles and thanking her for being an inspiration. Others, however, resorted to hurtful comments and whispers behind her back. The weight of the town's judgment was a heavy burden to bear, but Emma's newfound strength allowed her to face the challenges head-on. One of the people who surprised Emma with their support was her childhood friend, Lily. After the initial shock of Emma's revelation, Lily sought her out for a heart-to-heart conversation. "I was taken aback when I heard the rumors, but it doesn't change our friendship," Lily admitted, her eyes reflecting sincerity. "You're still the same person I've known and cared about all these years." Emma felt a mix of relief and gratitude wash over her. She hadn't known how her oldest friend would react, and having Lily's understanding meant the world to her. The two friends embraced, and Emma knew that she had an ally in Lily, someone who would stand by her side through the challenges ahead. In the weeks that followed, Emma and Alex became the catalysts for change in Willowbrook. They joined forces to raise awareness about LGBTQ+ issues, organizing workshops and discussions to educate their peers. Their goal was to foster a more inclusive and accepting environment within the school and the town as a whole. As they became more vocal advocates, they faced opposition from some conservative members of the community. They received hate messages and faced online harassment, but they refused to be silenced. Instead, they channeled their pain into determination, knowing that they were fighting for a cause that was much bigger than themselves. Emma's parents, who had been taken aback by her revelation at first, soon came to understand the importance of acceptance and unconditional love. They attended local support groups for families of LGBTQ+ individuals and became allies themselves, offering their unwavering support to their daughter. "It's not easy to navigate this journey, but we love you no matter what," Emma's father, David, said, holding back tears. "Your happiness is what matters most to us." With her parents' support and the newfound camaraderie of her friends, Emma felt empowered to continue her advocacy work. Slowly, she saw the impact of their efforts, as more and more people in Willowbrook began to question their own biases and prejudices. One day, as Emma was sitting under the same oak tree in the park where she had once hidden her secret, she received an unexpected visitor, the school's principal, Mrs. Jenkins. Emma was nervous, unsure why the principal sought her out. "Emma, I want to talk to you about the changes you and Alex have been spearheading in our school," Mrs. Jenkins began. "I must admit, I was skeptical at first, but I can see the positive impact you're making." Emma's heart soared with hope. "Thank you, Mrs. Jenkins. We just want everyone to feel accepted for who they are." The principal nodded. "And that's why I'm here. I've decided to create a diversity and inclusion committee, and I want you and Alex to be a part of it. Together, we can make our school a safe space for all students, regardless of their backgrounds or identities." Emma's eyes filled with tears of joy as she realized the significance of this opportunity. With the school's support, their advocacy work would reach a wider audience, and they could foster lasting change within the community. In the months that followed, the Diversity and Inclusion Committee worked tirelessly to create a more inclusive environment in Willowbrook High School. They organized awareness campaigns, workshops, and guest speakers who shared their experiences as members of the LGBTQ+ community. Slowly but steadily, hearts and minds began to open. The town's transformation wasn't instantaneous, but with time, people started to let go of their prejudices and embrace the diversity within their community. The LGBTQ+ community, once hidden in the shadows, began to find acceptance and support, and Emma played a pivotal role in this change. As graduation day approached, Emma stood at the podium as the class valedictorian, ready to deliver her speech. She looked out at the sea of faces, reflecting on the journey she had undertaken to get to this moment. Today, I stand before you as the person I was always meant to be, proud, confident, and unapologetically myself, she began, her voice resonating with strength. We all have unique stories that shape who we are, and our diversity is what makes us strong. Emma spoke passionately about the power of acceptance, love, and understanding, urging her fellow graduates to embrace their true selves and support one another in their journeys. As she concluded her speech, the crowd erupted in applause, and she caught sight of her parents and Lily, who were beaming with pride. They had witnessed her transformation from a girl burdened by secrets to a fierce advocate for change. With the support of her friends, family, and the entire school, Emma had broken free from the shadows that once confined her. She had embraced her true self, and in doing so, she had helped her community take its first steps toward a brighter and more inclusive future. In the end, No One Knew I Was Gay was no longer just Emma's story. It became a tale of bravery, resilience, and the transformative power of acceptance, inspiring others to live authentically and embrace the rainbow that existed within each one of them. And so, Emma's journey continued, leaving a trail of hope and acceptance wherever she went.